Alright, I don't know where this episode is gonna go, but we're gonna try and talk about fear. Technically, I don't know where any episode is gonna go. Why should I know that shit? Oh boy. So it's a very interesting subject, but we will need to bring this thing up. Fear. Asking a question. Because, I'm very excited to just understand what this thing is. Before we do that, I want to introduce you guys with the sponsor of this video. Another stupid comment from a very stupid person. Stunner, dude. A stunning comment, my friend. No problem there. I wish world would be a better place, but it isn't. Especially when you try to realize it's actually absolute garbage. Oh, wow. So, this is the best comment, basically. Should be pinned. Very detailed explanation. She should just free herself. Very interesting. From what exactly? Oh, yeah. She's a nine-tailed fox. I think she can fucking free herself. No problem. Also, fix all the beef up or distance with Justin. So we're talking about Selena and Justin, and I'm sure, relationships are very easy to fix, and at least let her be, let it be in a talking stage. It's a big gap if Justin and Selena still don't have words to say to each other. Still? What the fuck do you know? What the fuck do you know, man? You know nothing. Big gap. What the fuck is this? Is this a new thing people say? It's the first time I hear the big gap. I see it on TikTok a few times, but I still don't know what it means. Alright, the cap. What the fuck does that mean? Someone has to make a 5-hour video explaining what the fuck the cap means. Cause now I'm pissed. They just can't due to the mini yet, and G has a wife. Two sides with their inflated ego. And my response was that, I'm sure your life goes very smoothly, cause in my life, I consider myself a genius, and no one is in a talking distance or talking stage with me. So talking stage is for losers, apparently. Ignorance is what's very hype right now with the kids, right, these days. All right, ignorance all the way. And I understand we ignorant because we want the good stuff, and the bad stuff comes from really smart people. So we're like, oh, smart people are fucking losers. What the fuck are these smart people? I want slavery, guys. I want people to dress like cat girls. Oh, and that's very sexy to me. And dance for me and sing for me like slaves. And that looks really cool. Alright, know every single move that they have to make, and I'll watch that music video like shit. I'll eat that shit up, man. Oh yeah. So, ignorance all the way. But we're not talking about ignorance, we're talking about fear. And this comment has nothing to do with fear, right? Absolutely. But it has something to do with the relationship between Selena and Justin. Why are they afraid to talk to each other? Well, someone should be happy that they're not throwing fireballs at each other and damaging the infrastructure around them as they do that. You should be happy. Like, these celebrities, when they stay out of each other's way, in fact, they kind of have to. They created a lot of drama. They created a lot of unrest with their stupid relationships. So it's better just, not to talk anymore and not to stir things up anymore. It's that simple, especially when he himself brought it up. Oh, Justin has a wife now. Yes, Justin has another very intimate relationship. You might not want to fucking deal with that. But for some reason, Selena kind of did and made pictures with his wife anyways. And I don't know what that means anymore. I think that is a talking distance to me. Alright? You just have to take a hint sometimes. In fact, you have to take a hint all the times, because every single video that is uploaded on YouTube is a talking distance to another person. If you haven't believed that. As long as you're capable of understanding the other person, you technically have talked to them. It's not that difficult. Alright? Oh yes, it's very difficult because you have to have a brain to understand another person. That's crazy, guys. You know, only 1% has survived, and you're now one of the 1% that is still watching this video. So congratulations, dude. Because, you know, most people clicked away at 2 minutes. 2 minutes is like their brain just exploded. What? He just sits there and talks? How is this even possible? He should have fucking exploded a long time ago. I'm not gonna fucking do this. I want graphics. I want animations. I want it to be short. I want to have mental illness. I want to be stupid all the time. I don't want to have friends. I don't want to be fucking rich or famous. I don't want none of those things. But all I want to do is just entertain myself with the stupid ass fucking short shit that I'll forget about anyways. No problem there. Go ahead, dude. I'm here, stacking my shit, showing my proof of work, and it's very fucking simple, dude. You have to make a very tough decision of who do you follow. And if you follow me, you get to follow me all the way, basically. Or as much as you want, really. You will never feel the lack of content ever in your life if you follow me. But you do have to, in fact, like my content, which is a terrifying thing. Even I find myself that I don't like most people when they just talk. They just sit there and talk. I don't like them, but I would really prefer those kind of people instead of like what? Like people who don't even exist on the internet, you know. And I would, if I knew I could interact with that person, I would watch their content. It's very that simple. Because right now, interaction on internet, oh, the rarest thing in the universe. Asking someone to watch your video, oh, that's not gonna happen. That's not gonna work. YouTube has to promote your video automatically. That's how this shit works. Anyways. So that's our weird introduction, right? We literally don't know how to do anything whatsoever. Why? Obviously, ignorance, guys. Ignorance all the way. I'm in a very fortunate position. I can just sit here and shit myself in the face. Open my mouth. Shadow clone jutsu. Just so I could shit in my face. Just sitting here and shitting. I know how to do it, guys. No, I can afford it. And no, yeah, it's a joke, but like, I can sit here and talk about stuff for hours and try and understand concepts and try and not be ignorant and just show proof of work. You don't even have to watch it, but you have to watch something. You know, you can't just click and click away. Please don't do that. What the hell is that? Watch something the whole way through, okay? Especially if you're a subscriber, like, what? Who the fuck am flipping you, dude? Click on something, watch it the whole way. Try and survive. It's a challenge, guys. You can see people click away after 2 minutes. Oh, that's not exactly what I wanted. I clicked on a video. How could this be on YouTube? I'm not even gonna give you feedback. I'm just gonna press a dislike button if I feel like it. Please do. Please do. Oh wait, most people are already gone. I'm just talking to a wall now. So, no good fear. No good. But is that definition of fear, though? Is people clicking away, is it more like a definition of disgust or disliking someone? What is the best definition of fear? Because there's, now as we can see, like, very different ways you can express fear in a way. Yeah, you can dislike something, but when is that fear? Well, fear is just being irrational, alright? Cutting something off from your life in an irrational way. That's the definition of fear, alright? Fear is cutting something off for irrational reasons. Alright. If you have a relationship that's kind of working out and you just cut it off randomly, that's fear. Alright. Because you can't explain it. You can't give reasons. You can't justify your actions. It's fear. It's very clear. It has to be clear to the other person as well. And to me, it's ridiculously clear that everyone fears me as if I'm the greatest demon of all time when I'm actually respectful to them. I'm actually respectful to them. So what's gonna happen if someone is disrespectful? How are they gonna treat that person? You're gonna treat them with fear? They're gonna feed on fear. They're gonna hunt you down if they're disrespectful. That's what they want you to do. You know, they want a target. I'll declare war against ignorance. But these people are gonna hunt you down. They are actually dangerous. I'm sure such people exist or will exist in the future. So be very careful, guys. So yeah, leaving disrespectful people alone is a dangerous game to play. I wouldn't try and do that. Nuh-uh. Don't leave them alone. Don't just mute them. Don't let them spread their insanity, you know? Well, technically muting them is not ignoring them, so that's nice. But yeah, it would be very... You know what I did? What the best thing I've done on YouTube? The best thing I've ever done. The best thing to do on YouTube is keep all comments for review. But another best thing I've done on YouTube is actually experiment to begin with. I had this great fear of, you know, when a song is attached to a license, but I literally got copyright claimed automatically, and it doesn't affect my channel in any way. So I'm not exactly sure how it works, because the very first time I got copyright claimed, it was a long time ago. I did like a stupid ass combination of like, I think I was doing the Justin Bieber's Baby video stitched with Gangnam Style. And I thought that was, like, funny back in the day. I don't know how that would look like, but I still can't, I don't think I can play that. But when I looked into how it works. Like, well, I got claimed, but it only says that I will not be legible for monetization, which I will never be a YouTube partner. Not in a million years, dude. No one's gonna subscribe to me or watch my videos. Like, what do you think, man? You think it's that easy to get monetization available for you? I should be playing copyrighted music on every single video at this point. What am I doing with my life? But I don't know because YouTube is piece of fucking garbage, so I operate in absolute and total fear, which I don't know what to do with the somewhat copyrighted material. I don't know how to react, so because some material is more dangerous than the other, and like, how do I handle this shit? You know, copyrighted material causes a lot of anxiety for me, okay? I don't know what anxiety is, however. I just want to stay away from copyrighted material because it's poorly explained and poorly designed in general. The only explanation I got is that my fear is rational because your channel can get deleted if someone copy strikes you a few times. So I don't want that to happen. But if my YouTube rewind blows up, there's a very likely chance that people hate the shit out of me and will attempt to delete me, essentially. So it's a very scary thing. That's another very rational fear. So is that fear? It's not a fear. It's a very big concern I have. It's not a fear anymore. I don't fear anything. I have concerns, but fear is something that, that happens to people that don't really have time to think. Alright. I'm way past this stage where I'm just gathering, emotions or experiences. I don't want clout for the sake of getting even greater experience in life. But technically, as I collect principles, I can go back and inject myself with, or even find better and better experience just by, sheer coincidence of having principles and actually looking for random material and realizing, oh, I could have had this in the past, I could have cared for this in the past. That was stupid of me, but the experience itself doesn't stay with you for too long. What stays with you is what you have collected over the years. So I do in fact collect music, collect pictures of hot women. Those are good ones. And I do make videos, which is a collection of my thoughts. So I think these are my three biggest collections. Technically, Discord is a collection of all the interactions that I appreciate technically, but right now, all I see is a tumbleweed here and there. So I don't know what that means, but because I cannot collect it on YouTube. YouTube comments are toxic and radioactive. YouTube comment section is completely useless to me. I could look back, but I can't. I don't even know how many likes I receive. So I could be changing my comment just slightly or something. Nah. But it also doesn't matter how many likes I get on comments. I get sometimes surprised, like, oh, I have 27 likes on my comment. And I only realize that when someone comments below my comment. Makes me aware. And I think that's fair. I don't have to know how many likes I get, because those likes are completely ignorant and stupid. Or random. So it doesn't matter to me, to be honest. We're at the stage where I have collected 40 views on my YouTube Rewind. the idea is to force views to happen. A very simple idea, right? We're forcing views. We're hoping that people give a fuck, no matter what time of day it is. It could be the middle of summer or the middle of space-time. This is the most valuable thing I've ever done in my life. It's something that I actually put effort into, and it turned out to be an experience. Let's put it that way. An experience which I have to explain for hours. Because it's not as simple as you would think. Obviously, coming from me, you know nothing is simple. I'm not putting out material that is simple. Everything is thoughtful and really hardcore, honestly. So yeah, I don't have fear, unfortunately. I care about everything, and things can be quite annoying and kind of put me in a really concerning spot where I do in fact feel like I am holding fear. So you can hold fear, but not actually show it, which is called courage. Sometimes holding fear is courage. The only thing you have to do is not show your fear, not do anything fearful, not start to run away, you know. You gotta show a little bit of courage. You know, if someone just approaches you randomly and you just like, oh no, please don't talk to me, and you just run away, that is awkward, dude. That shows how weak you really are. But technically, you could still have good reasons why you do that. Is just, you know, holding fear is still not actually fearing or even fear at all. As long as as your actions kind of take the leverage of doing the complete opposite of how you feel, just to see if that works, you know, just to see if you have what it takes to show literally the opposite of how you feel, which is kind of amazing, right? Because you don't want to feel fear and show it at the same time. You don't want to do that. You don't want to lose the game or an interaction with another person, especially if it's actually like important, or especially if you are a celebrity. You know, you have to be quite courageous sometimes. But even then, I know celebrities have tons of reasons not to like interact with people, but I feel the lack of interaction. I feel that they are fearful, and it would make sense because everyone is ignorant and fearful. And understanding fear, I am glad you're sticking around, because it might be a very useful thing to do. So fear is basically the consequence of ignorance, right? And it's a very important thing to understand, because a lot of people's ignorance is kind of on the rise, or at least being peeled off into understanding, I would say. And maybe back like 5 years ago, I was an ignorant little shit. Oh, no. Nope. I'm not exactly sure if I was ignorant, to be honest. Because I actually cared about everything and about everyone the whole way through because I didn't have much to care about. So, you know, and I was trying to think my way through all the time. So I never really changed much. It's just once I started caring even more, I realized that, well, in the end, right now I'm realizing that ignorance is absolutely disgusting thing that is gonna ruin your life, basically. Because at the very least, now we can see that the consequence of ignorance is fear. And once we understand fear, we can understand how damaging is going to be to your life. It's absolutely amazing. It makes total sense that children are fearful and they're not necessarily like ignorant. They are acknowledging that they cannot deal with strange things in life and comprehend them very easily. Also, yeah, I want to bring it up because it's on my mind right now. You would think, like, I'm like a weird one talking to myself, but, like, this guy is talking to himself, kind of. Thanking people for subscribing, even though nobody actually entered his Discord still. It would be a crazy event if someone did. He has like 700 subscribers now because he's uploading shorts. And now I'm realizing that uploading shorts is a mental illness, is a cause for mental illness. I can allow anyone out there upload shorts of me, alright, promoting my work, but uploading shorts of myself, I think that's where I draw the line, dude. That's what I cannot actually do. It's not easy to understand if a person has mental illness or not, just because they upload shorts, but because they could have like editors, and editors are just kind of pitching in and helping out. But if you yourself, you eat your shit so many times, and you're trying to perform for no good reason, just to get views and attention, I am an influencer, I have to perform. You have to, dude? See, the funny thing is, alright, the reason why people fear me is because I ask for reasons of why they do certain things, and they don't have such reasons. And then I realize, what the fuck is that? That's what I realize. That it's a bunch of nonsense. The things people do sometimes are absolutely unjustifiable. They should just be staring at a dot on the wall sometimes, and they would be a lot more useful to society than doing whatever they're doing. Alright? So when I challenge all these things, yeah, obviously I don't want people staring at a dot on a wall. I'm just exaggerating. People should take decent breaks, or as I say, you should split your content into two parts. You should make an expectation that you're gonna shit post on one hand, and on the other hand, you're gonna release exactly what people asked for. You're gonna slave a little bit, just maintain your job, but you also have to maintain your sanity. All right. But this shit posting has to be like very obvious. Something like Captain Sparkles is an okay example. It's not the best example because he doesn't shit post 50% of the time. But those staring into a camera videos are pretty good, actually. The example of him talking to the audience and doing something completely different in that sense, and potentially capturing his sanity back. All right, it's a perfect example because it changed his, he's showing his concerns to the audience, and the audience is like supporting him to some extent, and it completes the change of his decisions, right? So if you don't shitpost, you're gonna find yourself in a very dark place where you haven't actually expressed enough concern about the things you're doing, and the things you're doing now are destroying your life. Antoinem showed concern, and those are like very memorable videos for me, people struggling to do YouTube as a thing, but you have to be struggling early on. You can't just be like, oh, so I'm gonna be fucking doing Hunger Games or whatever the fucking content I'm making, playing Minecraft all the time, but deep down I'm gonna hide feelings from my audience because I'm scared. Because I'm genuinely scared and fearful, as you can see. I'm fearful to express myself of, what is the audience gonna think? Nobody cares, dude. But you care. So you have to express yourself because you care. Alright? You put out the content that you care about. You can't possibly put out any other type of content. Yes, you kind of know what the audience wants, but if you suck dick all the time, you're gonna be viewed as talentless whore. I know it's a weird way to put this into perspective, but what else do you think happens if you just keep bowing down to what people want? It's a very irrational thing to do. You have to show ability to respect yourself, and that people have to be a little bit more respectful to you as well, which is absolutely amazing. Alright. Once you respect yourself, other people will be encouraged to respect you too. It is very simple. I have to respond to every single comment. I have to respect myself and understand that every hater is like struggling to understand how to approach me. And eventually I realized haters just get deleted for some reason. Mysteriously deleted if they just talk too much. I didn't got deleted yet, so that's fantastic. Because I am actually respectful and I'm trying not to use like vulgar language, like offensive language that makes no sense, just the intention just to offend everyone. That's not my intention, dude. If I want to offend people, it's probably, again, done in a humorous way, and I can still explain myself in the end, and that's exactly kind of what I want. But when you just talk shit, it's very hard to explain yourself. You have to start apologizing, and that's a very shitty position to be in when you're apologizing, because now you're gonna lose a part of yourself that, it's still a good thing. Alright, if you even recognize that you have to apologize. If you don't do that, if you just continue being ignorant, as I've said, there's nothing good that can come out of ignorance. I'm sorry, dude. If you're really into that stuff. If you love ignorance so much. So yeah, this random kid, I've said it, if he has like 10 times more subscribers, then I'm gonna be mad. But at this point, I don't know if I can keep being mad when he just gets fake subscribers. They're just gonna bring his videos a lot lower in viewership all of a sudden. I think that feels pretty bad. For me personally, I could be concerned about posting too many videos and deterring a lot of people from, watching more of my content, but I really don't care, dude. I really don't care. I have to express myself. I have to do something. I might do a second channel where I upload shorter type of content that stacks, type of content where I put effort into finding the valuable parts, or just react to something very valuable, right? In a very constructed way or something. I'm not exactly sure. It's still brewing in my mind. Second channel has to be made just to test which channel grows fast. I also will make it clean from all the swearing and offensive material potentially. I can't really not offend people, but, again, trying to be respectful to whoever is watching, right? So at first I probably will not be respectful, but I just have to, follow YouTube's guidelines at the very least. Whatever we think that is. I don't know what that is, by the way. Actually, we never really watched his rewind. So, let's do the unthinkable, and in the middle of this video, do what I want to do. And let's see what kind of things he has featured. KSI, Markiplier, Technoblade, fucking Goku, Tommy Innit, I believe. Maybe not. I don't know who this guy is. It's seemingly like the same creators, most importantly, Mr. Beast. I regret not sleeping and making this instead random video voice. It's a weird one, dude. But this stacks a little bit better, I would imagine. And people who check this channel out is gonna check more videos, which is going to spike his videos into being visible to more people. Pinks, what the hell? Yeah, we'll see. We'll see how valuable this is. How does Tommy Innit look like? Because I'm kind of confused. Yeah, that's the dude. That is exactly the dude, man. I don't see Super Tate, so that's very disappointing. But because for some reason his dude is like a fan. Here's another thing, dude. There's this guy that showed up, Wreck-'em Ralph, dude. That started saying, shut the fuck up, nobody cares about your stuff, dude. And he keeps on saying that, basically. Obviously, the master of the server asking us to be chill. Yeah, that's the keyword here. So I immediately DM'd this guy because I have to resolve this nonsense of someone just coming out of nowhere to say shut up to me, technically. As if he actually cares, but he says no one cares. So it's like, what the fuck is going on? What kind of nonsense are you talking about? Uh, and yeah, it puts me in a very awkward spot because like I'm talking to an active, disrespectful person. I have to somehow resolve this nonsense, and in the end, he gets to meet Super Tate, which is the funniest meme ever, and very nice. He seems to have a little bit of lull and backed off from trying to shut me up. I hope. I hope that stops. He just literally just randomly pops up, man, and just starts absolute nonsense. But these are, in fact, random kids in a Discord server. It's probably just his friends, after all. He even has a label of random friend. Yeah. Which I don't know what that means. Yeah, I'm not a random friend. But a lot of these people are green. So they in fact are, and there's not a lot of random people there, and just like 3. So only 3 people joined the Discord, despite him having 700 subscribers. Which, that's a little bit awkward, but whatever. Oh wait, he probably never promoted his Discord to begin with. So of course that didn't happen. I would promote Discord, but you have to be very confident about it. So at the same time, I probably wouldn't. If he's confident in me, though, he should promote Discord, because I am in his Discord and I'm willing to help him out, but no way he's going to be confident in me, because he still has to get to know me first as well. So I'm just going to sit there, I guess. See what happens. Random is at 100, I believe. 140. So that's fantastic, guys. This guy is growing up. He's gonna... Random is at 300 plays. It's still the bottom half, basically. I split bottom half and top half. In fact, I'm willing to change the way the buttons look like based on whether the entity is within top 100 or top half, or, well, it's neither, and it's bottom half. So, there's gonna be 3 different types of buttons. I don't think I need any more, like top 50 or top 10. Could be super gold or something, but I don't need fancy shit like that. I just need to know who's being featured right now in YouTube Rewind, and actually let's check top 100. Thunderfoot, and what's going on here? Keanu got kicked out by something, and we probably will never know who. Is it Demi? I haven't featured Demi. Oh, Demi grew because of the Selena Gomez. Holy shit. That is funny, dude. Selena Gomez grew so much that Demi just kind of... got a piece of that spotlight. Got to be alive again. It's kind of funny. Too late now. I'm sorry, dude. Justin Bieber's probably also growing really fast because of that shit. Anyways, going back to our humble opinion piece. I try to gather some resources. So, right now I'm being concerned, alright, whether I want to review random kids' content. because he's technically a competitor and maybe not more successful than I am. I'm not exactly sure about that. He still doesn't seem to have that many views. But you can see 200,000 views, which is very deceiving because his videos got deleted. Can I get stats right now? He had a spike of views very recently. Just like that, look at that. That is unnatural, dude. This shit is so unnatural. Making shorts is the most awkward thing you could be doing. But it feels like a legit thing that everyone would want to do. Because of how much reach it has. And it's kind of fine to introduce yourself, but someone else has to be doing that. Alright? Technically, like, there's a niche for introducing other people, so potentially I could be doing shorts on the same second channel of introducing people quickly to other people's channels, basically. Some they're not aware of. Someone they're not aware of. Or someone they are aware of, like Mr. Beast or like other big YouTuber. I could reintroduce them as a person or their point of view of things. Or some really hot take. And maybe shuffle it around from my perspective of how I feel about that person. That would be my hot take about the hot take, you know. It's a hot potato game after all. So, I have options, guys. I'm not fearful. I'm just concerned of how I'm gonna be doing things. I am already very busy. Another thing I am concerned about is how I interact with a person I have to interact every couple of weeks. I have to go to the hospital, interact with a social worker. I want to feel like she can kind of understand me and just leave me alone and stop asking me of what I'm gonna be doing. Cause I never know what I'm gonna be doing. It's the stupidest question I've ever been asked, you know. How are you allowed to ask stupid questions like that? What the fuck is this nonsense? So honestly, I feel like dropping a bombshell and actually expressing my opinion on how ridiculous she's being sometimes, and that all these interactions could be improved dramatically if she just uses her brain a little bit. So the actual thing you have to ask is not what I'm going to do today, but what do I usually do, what I usually spend time on, and usually what should happen in people's lives, they spend a ridiculous amount of time doing their passion projects or just doing work. But if you have even a little bit of free time while you're doing work, the rest of the time is going to go to the passion project, and the rest of the leftovers is just going to be you sleeping, resting, relaxing, and kind of doing nothing, basically. Or nothing important and worth talking about. So that's the real question of what to ask. In fact, real question is not even what did you do last week or last 2 weeks, because it's very hard to actually remember that. But you will never forget what your passion is and what you care about doing. And well, you should have been doing that for those 2 weeks. So again, and nothing really changes in people's lives unless something actually like weird happens, right? Then you can talk about that. So you have to prioritize things properly, ask the right questions. Let's say you have to spend like 10 minutes talking or 5 minutes talking, whatever the time is. You just have to sit through that time and be respectful in that sense and try and answer all the questions. But you don't have to. You can just sit there. You know, certain rules like that should be clear. Don't necessarily have to establish rules if you don't want to, but like, it would be very nice if this would be like a format I can understand, an interaction I can understand. I can expect certain things and kind of try and abuse it in a way if I don't like it, you know? It's like, oh, I don't like talking about anything, so I'm just gonna sit here silently, you know, for 10 minutes. I'm sure that's fine, guys. Unless you always have to make exceptions, unless you ask me like a very smart question or say something about yourself that's very vulnerable and keeps leverage in the equality realm, in the fairness realm. Equality's a shitty word, but keeps it fair, alright? Keeps me comfortable as well. That I'm not talking to a stranger all the time, which that's another concern that I have. How can I open up every single couple of weeks to a fucking stranger, dude? But this is gonna be over, so I actually shouldn't even be concerned. I'll just ask a very simple question if... Well, maybe I still will have to visit her, but I don't think so, man. It's like the special period where I'm obligated to do this by law is gonna be over. It's still a ridiculous punishment. These people have no idea what the fuck they're doing in general. Nobody has any idea of what they're doing. And sometimes, you know, making people scared and fearful is a very good thing, because they have to just goddamn change and stop doing nonsense all the time. But right now, people are like attached to doing their job, and it's kind of respectable, but if you can't justify doing your job, it's not gonna work out in the end, guys. A job that is done without passion is almost a counterproductive job, unfortunately, and a lot of people do it. It's kind of the same feeling as slavery, because now in the end we call it racism now. Now I have to deal with not offending everyone and talking about racism, even though it might not matter that much. But technically, the slavery mentality faded away, and we don't care about that too much, and we're just desperate to talk about something, you know? So I understand that part. But we should dig deeper into what happens if you're not passionate about what you do. So technically, you're going to be wasting everyone's time, first of all, because you're not going to be aware of how you can improve the quality of your job, which is very important. Despite, you can force yourself to be a little bit more passionate, and by force yourself, you can push yourself, not even force yourself. Try to be more passionate. Attempt. Show that you want to be passionate at the very least. If you don't have any passion and not enough awareness, you're just gonna create problems, basically. You're just gonna look like a fucking zombie, dude. And I'm sure like 90% of people are just doing that. They're just doing their jobs, and they're just ruining ruining life for everyone else. Because in the end, they probably just do a very bad job anyways, or they're doing something very unnecessary for humanity. They're just trying to survive, guys. It's fine, guys. But trying to survive is obviously a noble thing, and please choose wisely how you do it. But one not noble thing, which I immediately talked about, one of the first bullshit videos, is trying to make a family, and obviously the greatest bullshit of all time is being materialistic, and trying to do anything beyond survival. The moment you do anything beyond survival, that is just pure stupidity beyond your wildest dreams, dude. Yeah, it's a terrifying bullshit. Yes, it looks nice if you have a nice house and you take care of it all the time, and now you're preoccupied with your nonsense, with the bullshit. You have jumped straight into quicksand, and you're slowly sinking, and we'll never get to see you again anymore. You're too busy doing your thingies. I don't care if humanity loses half of their population, if that makes humanity a better place. And I'm not one of those globalist elite who are trying to control human population. I'm trying to make sure that people live better lives in general, because that's way better than a number of humans on the planet to be concerned about. That is not concerning to me whatsoever. Alright? I'm not saying less is better or more is better. None of this actually fucking matters, guys. More is very difficult to control, simply. And less is very difficult to, like, appreciate, you know? But none of that matters. Difficulties can be overcome very easily as long as you are aware of how to solve problems instead of making more problems, which is what population explosion usually does. It creates more problems in case you're not following enough principles. Alright. Or that the population is intermingling with each other. So let's say Indians will start invading other countries because their population is the highest in the world. They're just spreading out their people. That would ruin a lot of countries if they start doing that. Alright? We don't want that to happen, guys. If they don't integrate properly, if they don't learn proper English at very least, and be respectful to other cultures, and we have to be respectful of them, trying, and if we don't like them, we have to turn them around. There's obviously even more dangerous and more disrespectful cultures out there in the world, which we have to try and avoid from invading other countries, even if it's peacefully invading. Fuck that shit. If we don't understand them, we don't want to live in fear, do we? That's ridiculous. Just because we invited a bunch of strangers into our country, that's kind of ridiculous. Oh, having strangers and murderers and robbers is actually diversity. It's the funniest thing, dude. I love diversity, guys. One day I'm alive, and one day I'm dead. And then I should be alive again. This is the greatest diversity of all time. How are you alive then, afterwards? I don't know, guys. But I tried to be so diverse that I forgot how to come back to life. So I guess I did a terrible mistake. My life is so diverse and it's so valuable to me. Alright. There's no greater diversity than being one day alive and one day dead. It's the greatest diversity. So diversity definitely is a value. Who can disagree with me on that one? And it's definitely one of those videos I'm going to be making. So I need to remember that one, guys. Candy. diversity. The greatest diversity is being alive one day and then dead the next. Value overload. It's fucking fantastic value. You should try it, guys. I don't know how you do it, but very good value. Obviously, that's not diversity, guys. Because being dead, that means you are incapable of doing diversity. You can make this more complicated, but I don't care. Try harder. I want you to be offended at this point. I want this to be a meme so people talk about it a little bit more. Or if they just laugh, keep laughing, dude. Very funny meme, dude. Yeah, it has no meaning whatsoever. It's just a random little shitling of a meme. You're not gonna be hit by a truck tomorrow. Alright. So, we were talking about just doing your job or being materialistic. Because at some point you do your job and you're like earning money and it's like, oh, I can earn even more money. I just have to suck more dick. No problem, guys. That is the least justifiable thing right now on this planet. Alright. People just grinding is the most ignorant thing we're doing right now. Because it doesn't only just makes us very ignorant, it also makes us hostile to everyone else. Because in order to make money, you have to take money. Super Tate got you covered on that one, on that meme. Alright? We taking money every day. So the best way to take money is to just trick people into giving something valuable that is very easy to produce anyways. And, or promising something, not actually delivering that, which is a definition of a scam and should be treated as a scam, which should put you in danger, in jail basically, should destroy your livelihood. If anything, YouTube authorities should have just came out and said, no, we're not banning Andrew Tate for, being overly toxic when talking about women, because men are always toxic when doing that. Like, what? Even I'm toxic. Even I could be considered toxic because I just objectify women technically, but I appreciate how beautiful they are. That's an actuality of what I'm doing. I'm just observing whatever I can. I just grind value and not get paid for it. So, but eventually, potentially, I will have a website of hot girls, basically, of the way that the collection is gonna be public. But you'll have to pay for it. Yeah, that's the stuff. Oh, and if you start leaking things around, I have my whack-a-mole hammer in case you pop your head out. So don't leak my shit. All right, you can leak Onlyfans all the way, but don't leak my shit. All right, you have to pay for it, one way or the other. No problem there. Because, yeah, if there's a website that's gonna be leaking my shit, then I'm gonna be like, dude, this my collection. Shut the fuck up. Now it's war, and I'll find ways to attack that website easy, man. Even just pressing dislike sometimes just breaks the website. Just press dislike a few too many times or something. There's always a way to break it, but most of the time, there's always a head that pops out. It's like, I actually made this website, and you just like, oh, is that so, dude? Come with me. I have this special corner for you right now. I'm not gonna beat you up, but I'm also a very good liar, so I hope you're not fearful of me. So why would you be? It would make no sense. So yeah, leaking shit is annoying, man. If I put a price tag, I definitely don't want to be fucking leaked, because I know what it costs to do things. All right, what it's supposed to cost is almost like, it's almost like super unfair. But at the same time, there is a way to prevent leaking permanently, which is treat my content as Hearthstone. Alright? You buy content, you get to look at every single card, you get to look at every single picture, and maybe copy and paste it for yourself. But there's a special little thing where you get extra benefits for using those pictures in my environment somehow. Alright? Or potentially, you're not even gonna know what kind of pictures I have, and I mean, you usually pay for convenience after all. If you want to get leaked material, that's fine. You'll just have to go into ad or scam-riddled website that is trying to rip you off anyways. So there's not big of a difference there. Most of my content would be free anyways. But then I'm just like realizing, wait, do I really need to get paid? That's kind of stupid. Am I that stupid? I probably would be fine just with donations alone. I'm not here to rule the world in the end, but I could always change my mind. It's just, it would take a long time to change my mind. I can always do it, but it's just gonna take a long time. So, welcome to hour number 2. Normally, my videos are 2 hours long, because now I'm fearful of making them a little bit too long and rambling a little bit too much. That would be weird. Yeah. You should put yourself into some constraints. Just make sure you're still capable of fully expressing yourself. Alright? Because if you just cut off your thoughts at 2-hour mark and you don't get to say the rest of what you want, it's kind of terrifying, dude. Again, you can cause yourself a lot of fear and problems if you just cut yourself short, man. If you don't get to do what you want. That's the most dangerous thing, alright? Another fear generator is not being able to do what you want. That's kind of what you should be fearful of, essentially, you know? And, why you should be fearful of losing your freedoms, most importantly. Yeah. But at the same time, you must understand sometimes losing freedom is just a little bit of a constraint, is just temporary sometimes. But that's what we have been told with pandemic, and it wasn't really temporary, because it lasted fucking 2 years, dude. Give me a break, dude. Temporary? My toilet paper is temporary, and I have to replace it every single day, dude. This wasn't temporary, man. So this was an absolute and utter lie that authorities have to pay for right now. Pay significant amount of money. Oh no, it's inflation time. No problem, I can wait a few more years. We have shown patience so far. So now they're just hoping that they don't have to pay for it in the end. Yeah, nice try, guys. You'll pay for it. Not for me, because I'm fine. I'm being paid for right now, and I've never really felt pandemic. I never really had to go outside and talk to my friends. But if my shit was compromised, my shit was destroyed, if I had a small business that was destroyed as a consequence, authorities would have to pay in the end. And you always have... I have always this confidence that everything is gonna go my way. Because, why not? You know, why shouldn't it be that way? Even if it doesn't, I mean, I just need to have that confidence. And I need to be positive. And when someone says, why you're not being positive, what the fuck are you talking about, dude? I'm not presenting things in a ugly and deceptive manner of sucker dickery. I'm not doing that. Maybe I should do a little bit of that, you know. Oh wait, I don't know how to do it because nobody is actually requesting anything out of me. And I'm not really there to copy other creators either, so I just don't have enough ideas to suck a dickery right now. You gotta pop it out. But a lot of people are fearful of doing that, so I can't really do it for you guys. I don't know what you guys want. You didn't want my YouTube Rewind after all, so... But... YouTube Rewind was on the ground. Alright, guys. I found YouTube Rewind on the ground, and I feel like people want to make or have YouTube Rewind somewhere somehow. They need to remember the year of what went down. So yeah, the worst thing about pandemic that it ruined YouTube Rewind, actually. Maybe not directly, but it kind of was like that additional barrier for them to make it, and they just like, oh, we'll just, actually, because we didn't make YouTube Rewind, we're just gonna bail now. Mr. Beast is gonna be doing rewinds after all. No problem. And then 2021 came along and nobody did rewind. Nobody did rewind that is worthwhile. I could have done it, you know, but probably my 2021 rewind would still be kind of below being proper, you know, below something that people actually would appreciate. Alright, because people don't really appreciate effort that much, and you have to succeed in your efforts. You have to create something valuable. So I don't know if I could have done it last year, even if I worked the whole way through, but we will never know, basically. I would have done it after all, so it can't be that bad, right? And just trying is hard and is good enough for me. So, because in the end, you see the next year, like, how much did you improve Gurunext? You check that out, and like, oh wow, nice. Because, well, I will continue improving myself, but now things gonna slow down significantly. I don't know how I will improve myself without interactions with other people. However, I will have more time to improve myself simply because I've started at March, technically, and for a long time I didn't care about making good thumbnails, which is one cool thing that stacks on my channel, is how awesome my thumbnails are. And I'm getting just tiny bit of more and more experience on how to do thumbnails, but at this point, this stuff is also gonna slow down on improving itself. So I'm not exactly sure what's gonna happen as a consequence. Well, let's try and go back to fear. So not being able to do what I want and being ignorant is those two things that you should be fearful about. Why is that? Alright, what is so dangerous about not doing what you want? First of all, you're just like wasting your life. Yeah. And again, you're missing passions, which could be dangerous for your job and, well, your life in general. Without passion is a terrifying mess. A bunch of nonsense, basically, in the end. It's kind of weird. I even think about my mom right now. She doesn't look passionate. She probably would try and interact with me right now, because I talk to a microphone way too much. I should be annoying her every single day, to be honest. I don't know what she thinks about all of this. But at least I'm glad she's not ignoring me in a way that, or being ignorant and just hostile towards what I do. So I feel overwhelming support, guys. It's so amazing. The idea that I can survive for another day is an overwhelming support for me. I really have no idea what's gonna happen if my shit blows up and people start caring about me. Like, it's gonna be a messed up experience, guys. I swear. Because people will need to stop being ignorant all of a sudden, because I come from even deeper darkness than Mr. Beast comes from, okay? So potentially I can explode even further, or PewDiePie comes from. I come from such deep darkness and insanity that, like, blowing me up on YouTube would change the entire landscape and flip things upside down just a few times, just to be sure, you know? But when something flips, when everything flips, like, you can't recognize the platform anymore, you can't recognize YouTube anymore. And I'll do it a few times, you know, just to be sure. So, if you come back from a 3-year break of not using YouTube, you're gonna be like, what the fuck is this? That I clicked on a porn website? That I clicked on a political website? That I clicked on that I just downloaded a kid's, a kid's app? So something weird is gonna happen when you click on YouTube, man. If I blow up, some weird shit that you don't like, man, is gonna start happening. So what the fuck? What the fuck is this, man? How do I use YouTube anymore, man? And then tutorial pops up. I'm sorry, I ruined YouTube experience, but I can explain, guys. I can explain. Ruined for new people, I guess. Here's my YouTube tutorial, and why everyone cares about me so much. Something like that. Also the fear should happen when you're not doing anything. Fear of boredom and bullshit, obviously. The constant anxiety of, what do I do? It's a good one to have. Also, fear of interactions that are immature interactions. That is fine as well. You don't want to make mistakes when interacting with other people, because you can get abused. But again, most of these are just concerns, not really fears. You have to be more thoughtful about it, of how you do things. So that's pointless to us in understanding fear. So guys, we just dig deeper into not being able to do what you want. Is that fear? Or is that a concern? Well, again, now we see the pattern, right? If you're not concerned about dangerous things, it will also result in fear. So, if you have to do something, but you're not familiar with what you're about to do, that means you haven't spent enough time, or you haven't gathered enough experience to familiarize. Oh wow, what a stupid word. Familiarize yourself with the concept. Despite you sitting in the back seat of wherever that concept was going on, you should still imagine that you are in the spotlight yourself, and what would you do just in order to be able to empathize with the person who is in the spotlight right now. That's what you should be doing, you know. You should put yourself in a spotlight just to see what happens, just to try things out, just to stop being ignorant. So, it will result in fear, and eventually, if you fear something, you lose it. Alright, you fear, you lose. It's very simple, guys. If you fear to do something, you're gonna lose relationships, you're gonna lose money. Yeah, if you fear, if you're so ignorant after all, it's gonna turn into fear, and you're gonna start losing things. Is how it works. Now, one big concern I have when talking about fear is the statement I sometimes make: if you fear, a bunch of demons are going to come out from various angles and start ripping you apart. Is that true? That's a very interesting statement, right? Should be. Should you? You shouldn't be fearful of that. Of that statement. See, that's the funny thing. I'm creating a very concerning statement, and if you don't take it seriously, you're gonna have to fear your fear as well, which is a very weird thing to do, because it actually doesn't destroy your fear, but it kind of amplifies it. But like, because it amplifies it, you know, you're so fearful that you're now being fearful of being fearful because you kind of know how damaging it is, and you're not gonna be able to stop it potentially, because but it's kind of okay still of fearing fear simply because that is kind of a concern. So, anyone who gets to hear me saying that you're gonna be ripped off by demons, well, I think they're gonna come out as a stronger person in the end. I mean, because I'm feeding them my concern. It sounds irrational, but in the end, it's like one of the best things you can say to a person, which is like very weird. Alright? Fearing fear is not more fear. So saying that demons will attack when you fear is amazing. It's one of the most amazing statements you can make. It's crazy. Wow. I'm so proud of myself. How true is that? Well, usually what's going to happen, you will not actually be able to anticipate what the consequence of demons attacking you is. But you must understand, your whether you're fearful or not is going to be tested a lot in the online world, especially. But in the offline world, you're just kind of doing your duties. You're just doing your thing. You'll try your best not to fear because you need to do whatever you need to do. people don't really go outside to just spend time with each other. No, they're there to kind of build themselves up a little bit. They have goals outside, but on the internet you have free time, which is a weird thing to have, but you don't want to lose that. Alright? It's the first thing you're going to be losing. So if someone finds out that you're fearful and they can just waste your time, for example, and you just fear losing someone because they have attached to you, that shit is very dangerous, you know. That's now the feeding of fear, but the reality of what they're actually feeding on is just stealing your time. Alright? They figure out you can be abused, and now they're gonna start doing that. And I'm sure you have heard plenty of abuse stories, and that's exactly what happened. People have been ignorant to the point of fear, and now they don't really want to solve their problems anymore. They want to go to Dr. Phil to solve their problems because they have been so fearful of actually trying sensible things or even thinking of how to solve their own problems. They haven't spent enough time anymore. So they got to face abuse in the end. Alright. Often enough, fear turns into relentless abuse, which makes me concerned of what potential fears I have, because saying that I'm fearless is a little bit an overstatement, because I have like a lack of power. So how could I have a lack of power if I'm so fearless, right? I should be just ripping people off left and right, you know? But what I fear of is breaking principles, which now, do principles weigh me down or something? Does it make my life more difficult, potentially, if I don't allow myself to break principles? What is happening here? This is very concerning, right? Because I think about it all the time, that I could be doing something more valuable in my life, but then I just simply remind myself that my life is like going great, and even if it ends the moment my money ends, I'm not gonna suffer too much because I'm just gonna be leaving a bunch of ignorant people anyways. It's your chance to save me. My chance to save myself is not something I'm concerned about, to be honest. So, after all, I get to do what I want. And that's the most amazing thing. And everything else will just result in fear. So, and you would think like, oh, it doesn't result in fear, you just... No, but if you comply with what other people are concerned about, and you're not concerned about that at all, that means they're being unreasonable and they haven't been able to convince you, but you still do what they tell you to do, simply because, well... but maybe you have been convinced to some extent, and that's kind of weird, right? But you still have to break it down if that's exactly what you want to do. That's not what you want to do. Well, now you have to sit down and think for as long as it takes until you figure out the action you have to take to solve this problem, until you start doing what you in fact want to do in the end. You gotta keep struggling on that one. The greatest struggle of all time. Technically, the funny thing is, you might want to do what you want to do, but you don't want to struggle of doing what you want to do. So the question is, should you struggle of doing what you want to do? It's a weird one, right? Let's see how that works. Should you struggle of doing what you want to do? And the short answer is, I already talked about it, and can you guess how I talked about it? I simply told people, no. Be lazy. It's that simple. If it's a struggle, if you have to force something, then you can't reach that thing. What you want to do, you can't reach. I want to fuck every single person in the world, every single moving creature. All right. Oh, it's gonna be a very big struggle, guys. I want to get all the money in the world. That's what I want to do, guys. Oh yes, very interesting struggle you have there, guys. Maybe just back off a little bit from stupid dreams like that, and appreciate how life works first, and you should be fine afterwards. I'm very concerned how my videos are like not blowing up, because I feel like no one else is talking to the level as I am. Just kind of weird, you know? How not a single fucking person is appreciating this content. That just shows me the overwhelming level of ignorance that people have. It's just overwhelming. Right now we have dipped to 3. I'm looking for 15. This is a 7, this is a 3. So we actually dipped down quite significantly, which is fantastic. No problem there, guys. In the last 7 days, we got a few more views, but I started uploading like crazy. It should have skyrocketed at least twice. So we have successfully fed ignorance by 12 points. No problem there, guys. I'm sure ignorance is very happy to grow as a super ultra demon that are gonna be throwing at other people's faces and starting to define ignorance. You know, I'll say ignorance is gold instead of saying ignorance is bullshit. Because ignorance is gold to me, but I have to say ignorance is gold, so ignorant people would think ignorance is gold and it's actually a good thing, because they never really clicked and listened to the fucking full video. So yes, I'll be like making this introduction of like why ignorance is good and just shitting on people. It's gonna be the greatest video of all time. I can't wait to trick people that ignorance is gold. And just laughing. It's ridiculous. Smart. These people are such big idiots. They're gonna fall for it. Obviously, everyone is gonna ignore it at first, but because my videos stack so well, people gonna be like, it is interesting. Ignorance is gold? Okay. Okay, Gurunext, whatever you say. Now just bend over, please. Bending over is gold. Very nice. Alright. So, I think we wrapped things up quite well. What is the conclusion? Again, do what you want to do. Stop being ignorant. This is nice. The definition is nice. Being irrational is one of the worst ways to be ignorant. Alright, just keeping your irrational beliefs, keeping your conflicting emotions. Conflicting emotions is gonna tear you apart, man. Because that's another thing, you know. Conflicting and unresolved emotions will also turn into fear. Because I would imagine that always conflicting with yourself is not exactly what people want to do these days. They want to experience life while they have it the way that they do, because who knows what happens next. So, it is tough one, man. But I'm not gonna talk about how to solve conflicts and unresolved emotions. Like, it should be fairly simple. You just work on it. It's just pure work. It's the opposite of ignorance, after all. So no problem there. So I think we can wrap this up. Now I'm just very curious what's gonna happen when I click on one of these videos. So let's start with this one. Let's start with the pink sauce man. The least viewed rewind. Also, he admittedly is working on final year's rewind. I wonder how that's gonna look like. So let's see if, he just started after all. Can I read this? Well, it says subscribe, I believe. Because what else would it say, I think I see a B and I see, yeah, subscribe, dude. That's a funny way to... That's a funny way to get subscribers, but like... What is the video about, though?
I'm pretty sure you're hearing this because you turned the volume up to max. And so, yeah, here's the secret.
Yeah, I'll have epilepsy from that one. I did watch this one, so I kind of know what to expect. It's just going to be a bunch of random clips, I can imagine. So, let's react, guys. Yes, Will Smith.
Yeah.
No.
Well, you're about to become a believer, because black magic is real.
10 years of Gangnam Style? Yeah. Technically... Yeah, sure.
Congratulations, isn't she charming?
It's rewind time.
Wait, what? Edited by... Okay. He made his own video. That's fine.
This hole is $100,000.
100, buddy.
And these burgers cost your charities as well.
But when there is no pattern, this is a terrible strategy.
When there is no pattern, it's a terrible strategy, absolutely. Because that's all I'm thinking right now, is like how random this video is.
Not all black people look the same, you know what I mean?
We just hit 100 million subscribers, and from the bottom of my heart, thank you everyone that subscribed.
Yeah, I don't think I want to evaluate this, because it would be embarrassing.
Ginormous private island, and I'm giving it to one of you in this video.
5 minutes on the server. I killed George. Oh, stupid. 10 minutes on the server. I'm starting a war. 20 minutes on the
It's... Okay.
server.
Cut! Loving it.
What the? You feel like those strings right now.
How embarrassing.
100 YouTubers to sign my gold play button, and you have 3 seconds. What do you want to tell the people that decide if you're poor or rich? You like pancakes?
It's one of those times where you can just appreciate the video for those weird moments that you might have seen on YouTube, but only I seen things on YouTube, okay? An average person did not see anything on YouTube, okay? Maybe they saw Mr. Beast ear on YouTube, and they're still trying to figure out what that means. Whose ear is that? You know, it's a miracle if someone actually can relates to more than like 2% of this stuff. All right, it's a miracle, guys. 2%.
This could.
So only I get to watch this and enjoy it, and in the end, it's just like, oh wow, random kid, you made a video for me. Thank you.
Not be more perfect.
we have the only hardcore world in the world that has every single mob, including the bosses, 100% trapped.
Jake, your mom is.
Just look at me when I'm talking to you.
Those kids are.
It argues that by acting wisely, you can help make tomorrow better than today.
Good boy. Should I pinch it off? It's absolutely fine.
Wait, what? Oh, change of... That's a cool one. Yeah, I kind of do want to evaluate this. Honestly, just like a one-off. What the fuck?
Whatever you do, do not order the baby long.
I'm sure he didn't, like, do this. He didn't just put together this animation, did he? That would be weird.
Whatever you do not order the baby long legs potion and drink it at 3 a.m.
I need help.
You and me, we're friends, right?
Our ghost bait tonight.
Water Hotel and staying there overnight.
Down here. Yeah, that's nice.
The walk?
I cannot.
Grumbot is a machine that answers questions.
Have you ever wondered how bubblegum is made?
I have not played a horror game in pitch blackness in a very long time.
Because you're stupid.
It's a fake McDonald's. Onion, no bread. Oh my god.
We have a fake Burger King.
Burger. Onion.
I just bought this private jet. And now it's crap.
I don't know, man, if I like any of this shit.
Island is buried a treasure chest. Something that has always scared me is this.
Always scared me, dude.
Is this.
So we all know the Kamiyamama is overpowered.
What are you doing? What are you doing?
On my island, we recreated every single challenge from Squid Game, but made it extreme. $40,000 in cash. Go!
Andrew Tate!
Breathe air.
Breathe air? So he did have Andrew Tate, man. Super Tate, I mean. What is that?
Hi, what do you think? Do you like your new setup? I thought you might. It's
Drew Gooden gets featured, but like, in a weird way. Like, what? Sleeping? I don't think I've even seen that before. Yeah. Let's evaluate one of them. Let's evaluate this one. Live evaluation, guys. Still have to double check if there's no licenses for some reason. And there, in fact, is. And, its corn is licensed, actually. Fantastic, guys. That is annoying as fuck, man. So once we hear corn, we gotta mute.
I got 100 of my subscribers and gave them each $10,000.
Okay, let's rewind a bit.
Oh wait, evaluation time. Did we just hear the voice of the random kid?
With the passing of Queen Elizabeth II.
By the way, he will never know that I reviewed his stuff, okay? Don't tell him. Let him fear that I know a little bit too much about him.
I declare before you all that my whole life, whether it be long or short, shall be devoted to your service.
She was the longest serving monarch in British history.
Tell my kids I love them.
I I've decided to upset people.
You're better than that.
Adjudicators, I am in New York.
Me,
I hate blue.
$10,000 in cash.
But yeah, this is a really good phone.
Yeah. Pretty cool music
Has a social calibrator
choice.
that can change as you go through life.
Something about authenticity. Trying to capture the most amazing moments on Polaroid camera.
Worldwide, he is actually behind the bottle.
The blue corner, wearing black.
See, that's either like the coolest moment of your life or like the scariest.
It's so fun to watch.
I can't relate to anything, dude.
We're gonna need a bigger boat. What's a boat? I don't know.
One hand to go in. Articulating.
I've been training relentlessly for this event, for this festival. I've been working.
It's just like, yeah, I've seen videos like that.
I promise
dude.
I didn't steal anything.
Stop lying to me.
I promise.
Have you ever caught someone lying to
He
you?
doesn't.
Whatever it is, I don't think it's healthy for my mental development.
You turn into a junior champion.
He doesn't necessarily feature anything, does he?
And this is a random.
Its corn is coming.
But I think he's a little bit better at this than I am. You know what? I'm having fun. And so is Preston. Literally no clue what
Such nonsense,
I'm doing
man.
here.
I'm living the dream. It's just fourth Sidemen charity football match, the biggest YouTuber event.
I can imagine even myself cannot relate to most content here.
Since KSI
Because it contains a KSI, that's why.
versus Swarms versus that 12-year-old Mexican kid. And let
And then apparently he likes football for some reason. This random kid. We found his passion. That's where he got subscribers from, dude. There's some serious nonsense happening. Because I think everyone who likes football or like watching football like has severe brain damage. I have no idea how to approach these people. Like, what the hell is this shit?
It's an absolute pantomime. Look at that.
Is that like a YouTuber football? Oh, Sidemen charity. But it's better than an average football thingy. But I was like in the most boring place in my life, in the hospital, and we get to watch basketball sometimes. And it's kind of watchable, but like only if I'm being tortured. So, and still I'm just like looking at the numbers technically. It's like, oh, and the idea of like a battle basically is happening, and I'm just looking at the numbers. It's like, oh, you guys are evaluating yourselves. I don't really care about the process, but the numbers look cool, and that's it, man. That's literally it. I really don't understand the game and how it works, and I'm not drawn into understanding it. And even if I do if I do understand it, that just makes it a lot worse, because I understand it and I don't like it. That's a lot worse, guys. So what is there to understand about football? Well, there's nuances, obviously. So, it's a tough one, dude.
Good work from KSI. He's going to get free kick, I think, no? Vanberg says Speed stands over him like a WWE.
It's Steets.
Do you want me to hit you? Do you want me to punch you? No, bro, I can eat it for breakfast, bro. Come on, man.
Can I get my books? You know what I'm saying? Not doubles.
So you had to feature it for so long, are you kidding me?
Whoever made these kid games, bro, Speed, Demon, bro. I'm out the Woodies in the charity.
Get the fuck out of here, Speed. The only thing you have to be fast on is when you start fearing for your life. You gotta get that speed, man.
Match, score hat trick.
Hi. That every now and then demands
a sacrifice.
It's porn! A big love of porn, guys! Imagine more beautiful thing. Yes, dude. It's so easy to abuse this kid, man. Just say porn.
Royal Emerald.
Yeah, it's absolute trash. I don't want to hurt his feelings, but I'm gonna kick his face as a football anytime. Anytime his ego inflates a little bit too much. I'm ready for it, guys. Random pooper. It's the funniest thing, because you can't ignore a person who actually cares, and when nobody else cares, so that's when I cannot be ignored that easily, and I love that scenario, but eventually he's gonna get like 10,000 subscribers, and people are gonna be like, shut the fuck up from every single angle. They're gonna pretend that I am the enemy number one, guys. Holy crap, dude. I would imagine this would just escalate. We'll see what happens, dude. I'm very much anticipating something interesting to happen, because Random Kid is, again, making videos for nobody else but me. Let's look into the comments, guys. Big lump of porn. Let's see how awesome the comments. I have nothing to say. Why is this video so good? Because it's bad. Your content is so good because you make unique content by stealing other people's content. I never saw a video like this. Keep it up. Are you sure about that, dude? What the fuck is this shit? A person with 144,000 subscribers. Oh my god. Who the fuck are flipping you, man? Why is he popular? So he's just uploading shorts or something? Yeah. He has subscribers because he has mental illness. And that's the only way to describe it, guys. How else am I supposed to react to that? When the only subscribers he got is from shorts. So, what are they actually subscribing to? It's just pure mental illness. It's just like... It's not content, guys. Subscribing to shorts is not subscribing to content. It's so difficult to actually watch shorts to begin with. Your channel is about to explode. Your face is about to be punched into. Oh, wait, he's making podcasts. Because he's replying to every single comment, I cannot just sneak in my face and steal his glory, you know? That's another reason to actually reply to every comment. Because I could just be like, I doubt that, you know, or something. But now I'd just be looked at as an asshole. So I don't want to do that. It comes from a respectable person, apparently. This guy has a respectable 1,000 subscribers. Oh, wait, he also uploads shorts. So, nope. Not that respectable. In fact. So the real respect, alright? The level of respect I give to a person is how many times he has been able to overcome his subscriber count with his views. He has done it twice. So that's the second level of respect. So I respect Random Kid even more than that little shitling so far. But he has done a terrible mistake of uploading a few shorts that blew up accidentally. And now instead of having most of his videos above his subscriber count, almost all of his videos above subscriber count. Actually, no, it's just 7. Now he only has 5. Alright, so I respect him a lot less just by getting subscribers, but not getting that many views on his long-term content. The content that he actually puts effort into. But when you're releasing shorts and getting subscribers, that's not a lot of effort, dude. And you shouldn't be happy getting subscribers because these people just not gonna click on your videos anyways, potentially. It's more likely that people are not gonna click on your videos than they are gonna click on your videos. That's the more likely thing, and guess what? It's gonna harm the shit out of your channel big time. So I'm anticipating a spectacular failure for the next rewind, where the views are gonna get a lot lower than what we're looking at. We might just hit, 1,000 views at this point. It's not the new low, but it's something to be afraid of by all means, man. So afraid of, guys. We went back full circle and encountered fear by doing something completely random. But I'm not full of fear. I can do whatever the fuck I want whenever I want. And that's the most amazing thing that you must allow yourself to do. If you don't allow yourself to do that, your life is absolutely ruined. And I am here to steal it. Alright? To steal all the things that you're just leaving behind. Because I'm sure it's pretty juicy up in there. Alright? So I'm still, lifting weights and observing really carefully. Alright. Who's gonna be my first victim? I'm gonna steal $1 from them. And they're gonna cry like a baby when they realize. Wow. And they're gonna tell their parents. And they try to kick me off the platform. And they will attack me for that $1. It's ridiculous, right? I'll steal $1. But what exactly is... But in order to steal $1, I will have to rip them wide open in public, shame them, attack them in various ways, and in the end I'll get $1, guys. Oh boy. And I will get a lot of enemies at the same time that I will have to fight, like in a movie Matrix. Like, you got $1, I'm gonna beat you up, man. I'm gonna beat you up because you disrespected my bro. You got $1 from him. It's time to attack. So, it will take like a week to defeat all the enemies for that $1, guys. The $1 adventure, basically. I can't wait for my $1 adventures to begin, boys. I'm fighting for my survival big time, guys. There's gonna be days where I'll be fighting for that $1. A bunch of homeless people are gonna come and be like, I saw you on YouTube. I actually am a professional at taking other people's dollars. And I'm gonna be like, I know you are. Please teach me, senpai. How do you survive on the streets asking for $1? It's the greatest miserable thing of all time. Oh, wait, you are a homeless guy. That's how you get $1. You convince people. You're very convincing that you're in trouble and in need. So, for me, taking $1 from a person, that's a challenge of a lifetime, dude. You have never seen these things before, guys. It's the most entertaining YouTube series that's about to happen. Stealing $1 from a person. Holy crap, man. I've seen TikToks, a TikTok creator that gives $1 to a random streamer, and those streamers like overreact to a $1 donation, which is hilarious. Because what the fuck are you reacting to? You just got punched you just got abused for views, man. For $1, you became a stripper on the internet, dude. I don't know if you can actually, survive that one, that way of receiving attention. Obviously, because that creator only features people who overreact to $1, technically, if you get featured, you can take advantage of that, you can steer things around, but That's what it takes, guys. That's not what it takes, because that $1 was complete and utter randomness. But this one, I will actually fight for my life, guys, for that $1. And I still don't know if I'll be able to claim it, because can I use PayPal? Can I just send it to my bank? How do I get that $1? How do I claim that $1? Please, someone explain. So, despite my time running out, and I should be fearful for my life, I'll make jokes like these, because I don't know what else to do, man. I don't know what... I'm talking to a wall, man. Talking to the moon. Gotta get to you, Mr. Dollar. How difficult... Actually, how actually difficult to get that $1, guys, is the real question. The real ultimate question. Anyways. Because again, you have to break a lot of principles, and I don't want to do that. If you, like, genuinely want to steal someone's dollar, I want to, like, genuinely squeeze a person and the dollar comes out as a reward for doing a good job, alright? For being employed in a way, you know? But not really. I'm just squeezing a person after all. Something weird, man. So, $1 Adventures, very anticipated series, guys. And what about the random kid? And, yeah, you should be fearful of making mistakes like that. I mean, I never really had a chance to blow up. And even when I did, you know, I blew up with AdventureCraft, and there were just a bunch of zombies running around asking me to continue my AdventureCraft nonsense, which is making maps for Minecraft. Maybe that's just not what I want to do anymore, honestly. And you, inconsiderate asshole, you gotta fucking detach yourself from the nonsense. And, I don't care if it breaks your heart, because, like, you're just stupid. You can always convince me, sure, but, like, if you can't, if you just keep on trying, that's just stupid. And one person tried. One person, like, tried really hard, not to just convince me, but to actually argue with me about something that's about to happen anyways. Like, AI is gonna take over, and you'll be able to make your own game and your own adventure just by typing in a few words. In, like, a few years, people just gonna type in a few words, and they're gonna be playing a game that they want, basically. It will automatically, like, AI doesn't even have to program a game. AI simply can recommend you the game that is out there, alright? AI will simply figure out what is the most requested thing, or what is your taste, basically, what is your personality. It will figure that one out. It's quite an ethical thing to do, because it invades your privacy, but you have to sacrifice your privacy in order to achieve what you want, most of the time. So, it's fascinating. It's absolutely fascinating, guys. And this person was, like, trying to argue with me, like, something at this point. I already forgot, even though I made a 2-hour video about it. So, I don't even remember. I think if you say, argue with me, Gurunext, be careful when you argue with me, was the video, basically. Alright, so that's about it. 2 hours are past, and I feel completely exhausted in terms of ideas. So I think it's a success, guys. See you guys next time. Do the work to make sure you don't encounter fear and you don't start losing things in life. Because I'm sure you don't want for that to happen. Fearing fear is a good way to get rid of fear. Fearing fear is actually caring, you know. Using fear against itself seems like one of my old principles. So that's nice. Alright, see you guys next time. Hello? Okay. I double checked my microphone just to make sure. I can't wait you guys to hear like my real voice, because my real voice sounds fucking sexy as hell. But I need a good microphone for that one. So I will need to steal a lot of dollars to get that new microphone. No, I can buy it. I can afford it, but every time I have to really double think my investment. Something has to be completely broken for me to replace it, you know? So, how will I know that a new microphone is actually gonna make me sexy and cool? I don't know. Unless, I have to just replace my microphone at this point. I have no other choice. Or someone sends me a microphone. That would be a steal for sure, man. Anyway, see you guys next time, boys.